You're gonna cut out all my ums and ahs, yeah?
Nope.
I'm Echo Bravo. I am in Goth Synth Queen. I draw in my leisurely time, watch horror movies, even though literally everyone in my life seems to hate horror movies. I am a unique name. Why I say that is because growing up, literally everyone and anyone messed it up trying to say my name. And as I'm an adult, I've realized my name isn't even a name. So I guess I'm just an idea. Whose idea? I don't know. Am I an artist? I don't know. Call me what you like. But I am a goth synth queen. I feel like life is throwing all this creativity and all these crazy different angles, and when I'm trying to absorb it, it just comes out in a scatter, like mess, like vomit, when I try to put it down on paper. So I'll take something like an idea from a television show, faces in magazines, music all the time. Just recently, I was just inspired by the clouds after rain. It looked like a Renaissance painting. And so I decided to rent out some Renaissance painting books from my library. Basically, if it's loud and full of color and in your face, then I'll take it. Art for never really thought of that before. For a long time I was trying to please an audience. I would draw what I thought would sell, or what people liked, what was popular at the time, and at that time was like Tumblr, kawaii, cute, goth. But I could never nail it, and I realized it was because my heart wasn't in it. So now I kind of just draw. I draw for lost souls and sad women. If you really boil down all of my art, it's for that category of people, basically. Lost souls and sad women. As of right now, I've just kind of been doing these small noise sketches. Okay, that doesn't make any sense. So for a while I was doing these really like pop color drawings of these girls with no arms, and even though they look sad, they lived in a world of pop and light. But just recently I've been doing these black and white doodles, very simple, very minimal, sad women in a black and white universe surrounded in noise. And by noise, I mean like that static you see on TV, like when your TV's off. That kind of noise. What I look for in art, probably back to what inspires me. If it's loud and big, if it's, I don't know, if it could be personified as David Bowie, or, let's see, what other, or Robin Williams. I always love like a very sentimental theme in the end. Like, even though it's loud and out there, you're gonna see this sort of like sadness and innocence hidden in between the layers, very much like Robin Williams.
Now, friend, now you can either stay down here in your Driscoll drug-infested inferno, or come up to Venus and have your very own Venusian condominium with hot and cold running champagne and underwater dancing. You must apply now.
You know, growing up, I always loved ghost stories. Not because they scared me, but because the ending was always about a lost child, a sad child, a misunderstood child. Never really about a scary ghost. I really just went off topic there, but that's okay. Where do I see myself in like 10 years? I don't know. I was asked this question recently in a writing class, and usually I don't ever want to be that person that's like, oh, I don't know, it's just and a blank canvas. That just seems so stuck up and cocky to say, but literally, I don't really have plans after school. It's just this abyss. Growing up, my only dream was to go to an art school, and now it's like, oh, I'm at an art school. What's my new dream? Who knows? But hopefully, because money sucks and jobs suck and people suck, the only thing I see in 10 years is an apartment and some dogs. That's all I see. I guess personally, it's always been man versus man, and that it's just an upwards battle within myself. I have to constantly tell myself that I live in a first world country. I have a roof over my bed. I have a roof over my bed. Yeah, that too. I have a bed. I have people who love me. I go to school. I have resources. So technically, there really shouldn't be anything to be upset about. But there's always that tiny person in the back of your head that says, hey, you can't do that. Hey, maybe you shouldn't do it. Hey, that person's looking at you weird. And you really get closed off. And by you, I mean me. I can be a very closed off person. Just recently, I've come to the realization that, wow, I am definitely an introvert. I used to be such an extrovert in high school, and now I'm an adult, and I don't want to talk to anyone. Everyone annoys me. Everyone's stuck up. It's really hard to find good people, and sometimes it's hard to find the good in yourself. I would tell my younger self that, yo, hey, you did it. Younger me was obsessed with being beautiful, with looking like a Bratz doll, believing I was gonna grow up looking like a Disney princess. So very much I've always been entranced with beauty and fashion, and that's all I really cared about. Oh, and having a dog. But I'll tell myself, you know, as an adult, I would be very proud of myself, because growing up, I always wanted a pair of Chuck Taylors. Growing up, I always wanted a pair of baggy pants and tube tops. Growing up, I always wanted fingerless gloves. And besides the fingerless gloves, I have created my dream closet of childhood. But also, I am definitely not as vain and care so much about beauty as childhood me. What was the question again? I would tell my younger self to shut the fuck up. I would tell her, you know, be happy with with what you got, cause you're fine, and everything in the end will turn out just fine. You are not gonna be sad Emily from The Corpse Bride, I promise you. I've always ever thought of myself as a speck of dust, as in like, my time on this universe isn't gonna mean anything to anyone in the end. But to be thrown a question, what am I gonna throw at this world? I don't know. Hopefully something loud and colorful that will inspire someone else. Maybe I'll live on in another weird girl. We'll find out.